Like now you come. You don't even have control over your will anymore. Because if he says hey, you now say, ah yeah, baba. Do that to your husband only. Yay. Pass up. Yay. Don't do that. Hi guys, how are you? Hope you guys are well. We still in our usual setup. But anyways, hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Situations with Steph. Gonna get lit situations, what we saying. Yeah, we're gonna have lit situations. Yeah, all the time. But even though life is shukukukukukuing, let's try and keep it positive, shall we, sweetie? But yeah, today I wanted to talk about Mujolo the dating. Teenagers, come forth. This is for you. This is for you, sweetheart. This is something I wish my younger self knew, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I've never heard it before or I've never been warned before. Trust me, my sister has, my brothers have, and even my mom has. But it's that thing of curiosity really kills a cat. It really does. Like, you are so curious because everyone around you is doing it and you also want to do it. So, quick backstory: in primary, I never really had male attention. I never did because I was skinny. I was a late bloomer. Those who went to primary with me will know, like, I never dated in primary. In school, nah, not even. I remember there was only one guy though that only told me towards the end of school, like, nah, dude, I have a crush on you, yada yada yada. You know yourself. You know yourself if you're watching. You know yourself. I'm not gonna call you out, but you know yourself. But now we're like very good friends though. Like, ah, we better as friends. And that thing died down. I hope. I hope. But like, yeah, we're very good friends. So in primary, I never really had male attention, and then also it affected my confidence because everyone would get asked out. I never did, and it was a thing of, is it because I'm a foreigner? Mind you, I was learning, studying. I was learning an essay. So already at that time, if you survived those times with racism and colorism as well and xenophobia in school, I never like experienced the physical one with the fights and the violence and whatever. No, nothing like that. But then just the name calling, you'll be called Mugabe, you'll be called, what else will you be called? Kwere kwere, go back to your country, taking our jobs. Um, and also Zimbabweans, majority of us are more darker as compared to the average South African. And where I was, it was a mixed school. It was whites and blacks, and our teachers were predominantly white. So yeah, I had to stand out one way or another, and it had to be through my books. But in the Mojolo departments, not really working well for me. It was not looking cute, sweetie. But I want to tell you this now that you stepped into high school. It's not all that. Like, literally, don't jump at the first guy that like literally stares at you or tells you that they like you, because most of the time it's infatuation and not a love indeed. It's just boys just being curious and they just want to squeeze bums. That's all. Just want to squeeze bums and touch boobs and kiss you here and there and probably try and get into your pants, because with guys, they start talking to each other, or some even lie and try and look cool, like, nah, I've slept with this one. If you've never had that scandal where someone is like literally pushing, literally pushing a whole narrative that they slept with you. Ha! Ha! You don't know pain. Like, and time you're over it, you don't even know. Like, it's so painful. It is so painful. But I was always, then my character changed to being from a girly girl. I then became more of a homeboy. I was one of the boys, because it was like, "Ugh, these gents, they don't even like me." So What could I just do? So hence why even till today I have more male friends than female friends, and a lot of my partners would never understand that. But that's where it stemmed from, you know. And I have one little incident why I think I made a subconscious decision without even knowing when I was in primary, when I was still in Zim, um, why I will never have like female friends ever again. Because one girl really did me dirty. And wherever you, I'm gonna call you by name, Audrey. Wherever that girl is, God be with her. Not me calling her out and then putting God in between. I such a Jesus babe. But that girl literally, she really messed me up. We were only in grade 4 and she accused me of such vile things. Like I was not even exposed to such yet. Anyways, that's another story when I'm navigating friendships. But that girl, she's probably the reason why I'm in this situation now. But now I know better and I'm self-aware, and self-awareness is literally a weapon that everyone should have. It's like literally the greatest weapon you could ever have because you know why you are the way you are. You know why you behave the way you behave. And I think this is also like another video. This can be another video, self-awareness, where I really want to urge everyone, young or old, my age, yeah, male or female, boy or girl, child, you really need to know yourself. We'll talk about this, some self-introspection stuff. Okay. I'm trying not to swear a lot anymore because yeah, that's just not my brand anymore. But yeah, I'm trying to be more ladylike. I'm trying to be more, yeah, not one of the men anymore, you know, because I've always been like that. And I'm sure it even reflects with my dressing as well. That's also, I think, one thing that really affected me growing up. And also, I had a very deep voice. Like, my voice has always been so powerful. But like when I was younger, it was deeper. I don't know why, or I don't know what happened to it. But it was only later on in high school where my voice kind of like became better, but it is something that you would point out or you would hear from a mile away. My voice was so deep, and I would always be called, "You sound like a boy. You're a boy." Whereas when I had my short hair, ah, horrible. I looked like my dad, and I sounded like a boy. So, yeah, man. But, anyways, back to it. Just because you're getting the attention now, ma'am, I know we want to experience, and you can only realize when you've been through it, and you can only walk through the experience and the situation for you to be able to be in my position, where I'm telling you as an older sister that don't do it. I know you're very curious. I know everyone is doing it, and you feel left out. You don't feel cool enough, and you can't relate. You can't be in the chat. Literally don't do it until you really feel like you're mature enough. And I feel like even if you think, I thought when I was 16 I was big, child, when I look back at my 16-year-old self, I was young in the mind, but I was older than everyone else around me. Yes, but I thought I knew love. I thought how to receive love. I thought I knew how to receive love and how it was supposed to be, only for you to go through a couple of experiences and actually notice that no, it's not all that, and I deserve much more. I shouldn't have tolerated stuff. And also this little thing, when you're younger, I don't know what it is with girls. You fantasize about being with an older guy a lot. Please don't fall for it. If you are gonna date people your age, max a year ahead of you, please, I advise, do not do that, because these older guys, they take so much advantage of you. They push you into things that you don't want to do. If you don't stand your ground, they're gonna blackmail you with, "I'm gonna break up with you." Or you hear they're now cheating on you, and then you feel bad, like, anyways, he's cheating on me because I'm not giving him sex. He's cheating on me because I'm not. Yes, you're not ready, and it's fine not to be ready. It's okay. And I am glad, I am really glad I was one of the select few who were able to go through high school without doing that. Wait, I'm trying to calculate my head. Yeah, I finished high school. Finished high school without doing that. You know, don't be rushed into that. Do not be. And literally, with the Jesus train that I'm on right now, I'm not gonna come here and sit and be like, nah, if you do it the person that you love. Even if that person, you think you love that person, don't do it. That thing is meant for marriage. And trust me when I tell you this now, it is meant for marriage. Because once you start, you can't stop. It's like a drug. You get addicted and you want more. And when you can't get it from a certain person at the time, you crave it from someone else who's willing to offer it. So that's how you end up catching bodies. Don't do that. Don't be catching bodies anyhow, left, right, and center. Do I regret my actions? In the physical realm, no, but in the spiritual realm, yes, I do regret it so much because it's going to be such a hindrance. And like now you're involving yourself with prayers, soul tie prayers, and those people who say, nah, there's nothing like soul ties, please look up the definition of soul and then tell me what it means. But anyways, if you're too lazy, soul literally means your mind, your will, and your emotions. So when you are committing that covenant, or when you are committing that sin of fornication, you know, and it is literally a covenant. It's a covenant that is recognized as marriage, in heaven. So how many people are you married to? Ask yourself, male or female. And then you want to go marry someone's child without breaking those things, and then now all these demons and all the blood that is crying against you is crying now into marriage. Anyways, this is the chat that young people are like teenagers. You're still kind of young to have, but I want you to know that there's nothing cute about it. It's not what you think. And I think also one thing that really messes up the youth is pornography. Don't do it. Don't watch it, because you now have a certain expectation of how sex should be. You now have a certain standard of how sex should be like, and you now just rotten in the brain. Don't do it. It is not worth it. I don't advise it. And yeah, as much as it's hard because you're very curious and you wanna, it's all acting. Just so you know, it's not real. It's acting. And most of them are high on things. And some of them, they're even people who are being sex trafficked and they're just being recorded, you know. So it's very, very, when I just think about it, it's not nice. Don't expose yourself to such. And I really wish I do have a way of trying to like keep my kids away from that, because the generation that we're growing up in now, only God can help us. Because how some people my age are going to be raising their kids, concerning. Concerning as how. But what I do advise is, if you are going to date when you're a bit more mature and when you do understand yourself, though you can never fully understand yourself, because I still don't till this day, like fully. But like date when you're a bit more aware. I think I advise 18 years old, 20, 21, date there. So you can have a little bit of experience, because you can't be having your first, I feel like you can't be having your first heartbreak when you're in your 30s, child, or when you're in your mid 20s or late 20s. That'll be crazy. You know, don't do that. But what I do advise is, if you are going to date around about those ages that I mentioned, and then don't do too much. Don't do too much. Even kissing is like, but yeah, kiss, hug, hold hands. But even kissing, it's still very, yeah, because kissing leads one thing to another. And your hormones are now just spiraling and they're now all over the place. So I don't know how to advise you best, but as a big sister, all I'm saying is don't do it, because emotionally, as I said, the definition of soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. When you now get into that and you delve into that, you are already, someone is taking away a piece of your emotions. Now you're emotional, now you feel some type of way over them, especially your first, you now feel some type of way. And then your mind, you're constantly thinking about that person. You're not even thinking about Jesus, you're not even thinking about God, just thinking about one person. You're not even thinking about school, do homework, not even thinking about how to make money, you know, what to do with your life. You're not, because now you just fixated on this fantasy that you have in your head about this person, and it's not healthy. It's not cute, boo boo. Trust me. And then your mind, your will, and your emotions, and your will as well. Like there are certain things in anymore like you can't do, and there's a certain way that you start to behave as well. You know, as guys will always say, once I smash, this one will calm down. Once I this, you start to relax. Actually, like now you calm. You don't even have control over your will anymore, because if he says hey, you now say yeah, baba. Do that to your husband only. Yay. What's up? Yay. Don't do that. But anyways, all jokes aside, um, yeah, it is nice. I know some you want to be loved, and some of these things you really need to ask yourself, where is it stemming from? Do I only want to be in this thing because everyone is doing it? like me? Or do you only want to do this thing because you feel like there's a lack of some love emotion or some love bug that you're craving? It could be due to the lack of not having a dad in the home, something that we'll touch deep into, when we talk about self-awareness. And then is it because, I don't know, you're just doing it because you're curious, or you're doing it because you feel like you're now ready to do it? And yeah, go on dates, go on cute little dates, see what you like, see what you don't like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't date. I'm just saying don't get into serious committed relationships before you are not ready. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, man, go on cute little dates. See how men, I'm sure you are being told by your parents or your older siblings how a guy should treat you, how a man should be, and yeah, expose yourself to such, but just don't indulge in the cracks of matters that you cannot now like pull yourself out of. And trust me, once you involve sex in the chat in a relationship, it's so much harder to leave, even when the person is treating you like nonsense. I'm sure you saw the word that was about to come. Even if the person is treating you like nonsense, it's so much harder to leave. And it's such a shame, especially as women. Like, as I said in the previous video, we really need to love ourselves more. Like, really appreciate yourself more and understand yourself more. Because once you do that, you know what you stand for, you know what you want, you know what's right from wrong, and you know that you do deserve more. That little boy is busy acting up because men, I feel like real men know how to hold down their weight, okay? And yeah, be a woman of valor, yeah, be a woman of valor. But these are some things that we'll touch and we'll like talk about, especially even from the biblical aspect of things. But I just wanted to tell my little sisters on here that watch me that, girl, it's not worth it. Girl, the time will come. And I hate this so much because I'm sure all of us have heard the time will come. Literally, the time will come. It will come and you will enjoy it, especially now when you have money, when you're working, when you have things going on for yourself, when you're a bit older. Like, it's so much better to date when you have money than being in the struggle and trying to be Bob the Builder. Hey, how many times was I Stephanie the Builder? Hey, Nina. You're the man who's only willing to build with you, and he's not selfish enough that you should stay and build him. Be with a man that is willing to build with you and is willing to build himself as well. Be willing also as a woman to build yourself. And boys as well, don't indulge into these little things where all your other classmates or all your other age mates are busy like telling you, yeah, I've slept with this one, and then now you also want to do it. Don't do it. If you can save yourself for marriage, save yourself for marriage. I have friends now that are boys as well who we having the same chat with, and they're like, dude, I really want to save myself for marriage now. Like, I think we all now coming to a realization that, especially with the spirituality side, like most of my friends, Jesus gang, this is who we are, you know. But like, yeah, we're only noticing how sick it is. It's sickening, honestly. Imagine just laying down with people and giving people access to your body like that. You should value yourself a bit more. I really do. And I know society is a bit more harsh on the women than the men. But men, you are the head of your homes. And how are you going to lead when you have polluted your soul with so many bodies? When you're going to pollute your marriage with such and all the things that come with it? Because hey, things are going on out there. You don't know what's going on in these people's families. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes when you're not with this person. You don't know what they're into. You don't know what their great grandma did. Now you're entangling yourself with these things. And God can't even help you in this situation because this is not a covenant that we recognize. You do not stand before him and say your vows. How can he even help you when you cry out? All you can just do now is just zaka and cast out those demons because it's sinful what you did and it's a shame. But anyways, to keep this little segment cute and sweet and short, I think this is where we're gonna end. If you guys want me to say more and go into depth, I think there's a lot of things that I touched on, and we'll talk about like in separate videos, like when I do my sit downs. But as for now, chill. I think I might shoot like another video. My Q&A, I still haven't shot that. I'm embarrassed. We'll do that maybe even tomorrow. Yeah, maybe even tomorrow. But like, I really do want to say to my little sissies, I love you so much. And my little sissies and my little brothers as well. Like, I love you guys so much. And I want you guys to make better choices. I want you guys to do better than some of us did. You know, I really wish I could turn back the hands of time and do it all over again, you know, and do it right this time. Do it right. And yeah, don't worry. People will laugh at you. People get over it. It's not so cool to have sex. It's not so cool to have a boyfriend. Oh, just find really nice friendships. I'm not saying it's not nice to be loved. Trust me, it's nice. It's nice to have someone who checks up on you, to have someone who buys you flowers and chocolates. But learn to love yourself first if it's really coming from if it's really coming from a place of lack of self-love and you feel like something is missing within, yeah, love yourself more. I love you, sweeties. Let me do something for my thumbnail. Bye. Anyways, thank you guys for watching so much and catch you on the next video. Bye.